In a world where technology is king, one East Texas teen is sharpening his skills in a vanishing trade. He's teaching himself to become a knifesmith. And from what we've seen, he's pretty talented. However, he's also using this dedication and drive for an even bigger purpose, to one day serve his country. Boy, Man, Marine is tonight's special report. When the school day ends, students typically spend their afternoons practicing football, basketball, cheerleading, band. But for 14-year-old Isaiah Gomez, he rolls up the door to his family's shop, fires up the grinder, and gets straight to work making knives.
I just love it. It's a fun hobby. It's worth doing it.
A form of utility art dating back thousands of years. Isaiah's interest doesn't fall far from the tree. His father, who works in undercover law enforcement, spends his free time in the shop woodworking.
It helps me relax and kind of release some stress.
Joe said he knew his middle child, Isaiah, would be crafty with his hands, remembering a time his young son was tinkering in the shop with a hammer and some nails.
And I looked up and there's 50 nails all over the wall. I was like, oh, okay. You know, ever since then I knew, like, well, he's going to be like me.
Isaiah says he's constantly looking to improve his craft, watching video tutorials that spark his imagination, and getting advice and guidance from his mentor, a local law enforcement agent and experienced knifesmith he calls Hodge. Isaiah admits it has become a bit of an obsession.
During the weekends, I wake up, go out to their shop, stay there until like 10 at night.
When he finally finishes a project,
I feel more inspired and more confident to make another knife.
Isaiah plans to one day use that same principle of discipline and dedication to join the United States Marine Corps.
I want to serve for my country and I want to save lives.
He said it's something he's wanted to do since he was 10 years old.
I said, Dad, I want to be a Marine, and I just kind of paused for a minute.
Such a monumental decision at such a young age. Joe said there was only one thing he could do.
I just said, I encourage him, that's fine, son, that's what you want to do. I'll support you and go for it.
Getting his wife on board was a different story.
I said, baby, he wants to do that, let him be.
Isaiah said eventually she came around.
It makes me feel good because now I don't have to worry about her not trying to force me out of it.
Incorporating his passion for knife smithing and his dream to become a Marine, one morning Isaiah said he woke up and decided he wanted to create a K-bar.
A knife from that the Marines used from World War II and everything that they still use today.
The knife was used by Marines for everything from opening cans to digging trenches and even man-on-man combat. Isaiah said he wanted it to be perfect. After a lot of dedicated research and elbow grease, when he was finally finished, he said it belonged in the hands of a Marine veteran.
Not all of them getting like recognized and thanked for serving, you know.
Jake Wise is a two-tour combat veteran. As a member of the 2nd Battalion, 1st Marines, nicknamed the Professionals, Sergeant Wise held a combat leadership position during the Battle of Fallujah in 2004. Humble about his time overseas, he said it was an honor to receive this knife, one that represents American freedom and the ultimate price it takes to defend it, a risk this East Texas teen has already assessed.
I don't want to pass away. I want to get out and be with my family and everything, but if I do pass away, then I know that I served for my country.
I mean, I tear up when I hear him say that, and it comes from his heart and makes me proud.
Though knife smithing comes with hazards of its own.
Knife making is kind of risky. You do get hurt a lot, do catch on fire sometimes.
Referring to a time he was grinding a knife and the sparks caught his shirt on fire.
I had to throw the shirt away. It was a good shirt too, so I was kind of upset about it.
Lesson learned. He now wears a yellow flame retardant apron. After the Marines, Isaiah says he wants to follow in his father's law enforcement footsteps.
He either wants to go DEA, FBI, or DPS, and I think he's going to be a great person for that field.
And keep knife smithing as his hobby. With the whole world still ahead of him, Isaiah is letting his passions pave his future and hopes other teens will do the same.
I wanted to go out, be active, do something with my life.
A message that seems to be on point with his goals and always faithful to his future. If you'd like to see more of Isaiah's creations, you can log on to our website. We'll have a link to his Facebook page at the bottom of this story. That's easttexasmatters.com. Neil, back to you.
Thank you, ma'am.